discuss about logical vectors and relational operators in R. So in order for you to use R, you need to know what is the operators that we can use in developing the coding that you want to use in R later on. So what we are going to discuss today is relational operator. So R has many operators to carry out different mathematical and logical operations. So this is the types of operator in R. We have arithmetic, we have relational, we have logical, and then we have assignment operators. So for R arithmetic operators, this is what you can use. You can use the symbol for plus, minus. This is for multiplication. One is for division. This one is for exponent, and then this one percentage, the symbol, this is actually for modulus, and percentage divided by percentage, this is actually for integer division. So this is the example of coding that you can use. You can try it yourself. First you need to define what is x. So x is 5, so what is y is 16, and then you can try to plus the value. You can try to minus, multiplication, divide, and then you can try this one, the integer division, and then you can try this one also. Okay, so this is for arithmetic operators, and then next we have the relational operators. So if you are going to relate certain variables, so you need to use the symbol. For this one we have the inequalities. So this one is for less than, greater than, less than equals to, greater than equals to, this is equal to, and then factorial equal. This is actually, what does it mean? This is not equal to. So you can try to use the function. So you can try to use your operators, but you have to remember, first you need to define what is x, what is y. So let's try x is 4, and then we have variable y is 6. So let's try the arithmetic operator first. Maybe you just want to x plus y. And you have to remember, I'm writing all the codes in the script. So you need to select the equation, to select the command first, and then click run, and then you're going to get the operation, the answer in the console pane. Or you can just directly write it in the console pane, and you are going to get the answer. So let's try this first. So you're going to get the answer. But if you want to write it here in the console pane, x, let's try y minus x. So you're going to get the answer directly instead of, but then they are not going to say what the operation that you have done before if you write it directly in the console pane. So it depends on you, what do you want to use. So let's try to do some example on the relational operators. So you have to remember, relational operators is mostly you are trying to relate between two variables. So let's say we want to know whether x is greater than y. So what is the answer? Is it going to be true or false? So this one, and then you click run. So the answer is false, because 4 is obviously less than 6. If you write y greater than x, and then you run, so the answer is true. So this is relational operators. So next we can try, we just want to look whether x is not equals to 4. So what is the answer? You run the equation, and then the answer is false, because x equal to 4. What you have written in the command line, x is not equal to 4. So this is obviously wrong, because we know that in the first place we define x as 4. So the first one for plus minus, this is arithmetic operators, and this one relational operators. So the next one, what we have is we can do the operation on vectors. So let's say if you remember, so this is how we create the vectors. Previous video, maybe we can try to define new vectors, like define, let assign x with several numbers. Maybe you want to put like 2, 8 and 3. So we have three data in the vector. So the next one we assign another vectors, 6, 4 and 1. Okay, so now we have two different vectors. So we can try to use the arithmetic operators on vectors. So let's say x plus y. So what happened? So you run this one, so you're going to get the new answer. So the vectors. So obviously 2 plus 6 you are going to get 8, 8 plus 4, 12, and then 3 plus 1 you are going to get 4. So next you can try to use the relational operators. Maybe you can use it y greater than x greater than y. So what is the, oh god, I write it here. Let's try this one. So what happened? So the first value, obviously we have the statement here is x greater than y. So the first value 2 is obviously less than 6. That's why the answer is false. And then 8 is greater than 4. So that's why this one is true. And then the last one is also true because 3 is greater than 1. So this is how you do the operation on vectors. So you can use just simple value, or you can have a vectors and then you can use the same operation on vectors. Okay, so when there is a mismatch in length in the vectors, let's say the first vectors, in this case we have 2, 1, 8, 3, and then the second one we only have two numbers, 9 and 4. So this is not matched in the length because the number of elements in the vector is obviously not the same. This one we have 4 values and this one we only have 2. So if you are trying to use the arithmetic operators on both vectors x plus y, so for this one, the element of y is recycled to 9, 4, 9, 4. So automatically this one is no longer 9, 4. We have another set here, 9, 4. So this is what happened. So x plus y, so 2 plus 9, 11. 1 plus 4, 5. So the next number will be 8 plus 9. That's why we got 17 here. And then the last one, 3 plus 4. That's why we got 7. So this is what happened in R if you do not have the same length in the vectors. So this one, x minus 1. So scalar 1 is recycled to 1, 1, 1. So obviously we have x. So the vectors x have 4 elements. So the first one, 2 minus 1. That's why the answer is 1. 1 minus 1, that's why the answer is 0. So 8 minus 1, we get 7. 3 minus 1, we get 2. So this is the answer. And then this is the third example. We have x plus c, 1, 2, 3. So this is what we can see here. Okay, so x is 2. So the first one is 1. 2 plus 1, we get 3. And then 1, and then this one is 2, that's why you got the second element 3, and then 8 plus 3, that's why this one is 11. So the last one, 3 plus with 1, that's why the answer is 4. And then we have warning message here. In x plus c, 1, 2, 3, the elements is 1, 2, 3. The longer object length is not a multiple of shorter object length. So this is just the warning. So R will issue a warning if the length of the longer vector is not an integral multiple of the shorter vector. So this is what happened. So you can try this in your R. In your script, you can copy it down. Okay, so the next one we have the R logical operators. So logical operators are used to carry out Boolean operation like AND, OR, etc. So this is the logical vectors in R. We have the factorial. This is logical NOT. So when we see this symbol, this operator, we have to remember this is NOT and this one is AND. Logical AND, element wise logical AND, and then this one the element wise logical OR, and then this one is OR, logical OR. So you can try this one. Okay, so next we have the R assignment operators. So these operators are used to assign values to variable. So we have this one, we assign the value. So whenever I write something in the, if you look at the console pane, you can see it here, or in the script, we can also see these assignment operators. So this is the leftward assignment. So that's when you assign the variable x with something, and then the rightward assignment. So this is this simple if you're trying to do the other way around, because this is usually we use the leftward assignment, but then it's depend on you if you want to use the rightward assignment, as long as you get the answer. Okay, so the operators less than, minus, these operators, the leftward assignment and equal can be used. You can use both symbol. This is just the same to assign to variable in the same environment. And this one, these operators is used for assigning to variables in the parent environment, more like global assignment. So this is the example. So you notice here the rightward assignments, although available, it is rarely used. So you can try this one. We have done this quite a lot actually. You can do this on your own. So that's all for today. Thank you.